Are you struggling to get your life back from a narcissist? Don't worry, you're not alone. Narcissists can be very manipulative and controlling, but there are ways to outsmart them and take back control of your life. Watch this video for 7 powerful tips. Narcissists are egotistical, self-centered individuals who feed off the admiration of others. They love the attention they get from pandering to their own needs and desires while putting everyone else second. If you're dealing with a narcissist in your personal life or at work, it can be challenging and exhausting, not to mention confusing, trying to keep up with their ever-changing motives. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, using overt and covert narcissism as weapons against their victims. But because they're so good at concealing their true selves, it can be difficult to see past their manipulations until it's too late. If you know the warning signs of a narcissist and how to outsmart them sooner rather than later, you can put an end to their manipulation sooner rather than later. So here are our 7 tips to outsmart narcissists. Tip number 1. Recognize that narcissists are expert manipulators. Narcissists are experts at making others feel guilty and ashamed for standing up for themselves, especially when it comes to their manipulative tactics. You may feel like you're the one who's wrong or out of line when you're really just trying to stand up for yourself and your needs. This can lead to you making excuses for their behavior and giving them more power over your life than they deserve. A narcissist's goal is to control every aspect of their victims' lives, and the best way to do that is by making you feel like you have no choice but to accept and submit to their will. They'll try to break you down, break you apart, and break you down so you don't have the confidence to stand up for yourself. If you recognize this early on, you can put a stop to it before it's too late. Tip number 2, don't try to change a narcissist, you can't. Many people who have to deal with narcissists in their everyday lives mistakenly try to change their behavior. This is a huge mistake because narcissists are egotistical and self-obsessed to the point where they can't recognize that their behavior is harmful to others. They don't care about how their actions make others feel, or if they cause anyone distress. All they care about is making themselves feel good. Most narcissists are so deeply entrenched in their own self-importance that it would take a whole team of professionals, psychologists, and psychiatrists to try to repair the damage they've done to themselves and their loved ones over the years. Obviously, it's nearly impossible to find a team of professionals willing and able to take on a narcissist as a patient. So even if you were able to find a narcissist who was willing to change, the chances of them sticking to the program long enough to make a difference are slim to none. Are you enjoying the video so far? Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, this way you'll help the algorithm to show you more content like this. Tip number 3, set firm boundaries and limitations with narcissists. One of the best ways to outsmart a narcissist and keep them from drawing you into their web of manipulation is to set firm boundaries and limitations on how you interact with them. If you find yourself getting sucked into their drama, victimizing yourself, and trying to justify why you're allowing them to abuse you, try to stop yourself and set a boundary. For example, if you're dealing with a narcissist at work and they're criticizing you in front of a group of people, stand up for yourself and set a boundary by saying, "I don't appreciate you criticizing me in front of everyone." Please do this in a more private setting. Tip number 4, be very cautious when giving the benefit of the doubt. Narcissists thrive on exploiting the good nature of others, so when someone is kind and gracious towards them, they latch onto that like a life raft in a storm-tossed sea. They use kindness and generosity as one more way to manipulate their victims into staying under their control. If you're trying to outsmart a narcissist, be very cautious about giving the benefit of the doubt. If someone is being overly generous and kind to you, don't immediately assume it's because they have your best interests in mind. Narcissists feed on generosity, so it's likely they're using it as a manipulative tactic to get you to trust them or feel indebted to them. Tip number 5, be very cautious when making agreements with narcissists. Narcissists are egotistical and self-centered individuals who are overly confident in their own abilities and skills. They often brag about themselves and their accomplishments and exaggerate the truth in order to make themselves look better. This is one of the best ways to outsmart a narcissist and keep them from gaining control over you. Don't make agreements with them. If you're dealing with a narcissist in your everyday life and you need to come to an agreement with them, be very cautious about making it into a verbal contract. Most narcissists are cheaters, liars, and manipulators, so it's very likely they don't intend to hold up their end of the bargain. Tip number 6, be very cautious when providing encouragement or compliments to a narcissist. Narcissists are very insecure about their own abilities and skills, which is why they're always trying to make themselves look better. They crave adoration and attention like a drug addict craves heroin. They desperately need people to give them compliments and praise them to make them feel like they're worthy of being loved. If you're dealing with a narcissist, be very cautious about providing them with encouragement or compliments. This is one of the best ways to outsmart a narcissist and keep them from gaining control over you. If you're trying to outsmart a narcissist, don't provide them with compliments or encouragement. It's not that you should be unkind to them, you just shouldn't make it obvious that you admire them. Tip number 7, when all else fails, walk away from the relationship. Even if you follow all of these tips and outsmart the narcissist in your life, there are some people who are just too toxic to be around. If you've done everything you can to stand up for yourself and outsmart the narcissist, and it's still not working, it may be time to walk away from the relationship. If you're dealing with a narcissist in your personal life, in your family life, or at work, it can be challenging and exhausting, not to mention confusing, trying to keep up with their ever-changing motives. By recognizing the ways narcissists are different from normal people and learning how to outsmart them, you can put an end to their manipulation sooner rather than later. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. We have more great content coming your way soon.